We're back with Lost Judgment. Oh my god, like... this game has me... guess we're in chapter 9 already. I've been playing a lot. Hello, Luranga. How you doing? It is going... well. I'm so hyped to play more of this game. I can't believe I'm pretty sucked in the main story. I haven't had time for the side quests lately, but you gotta do what you gotta do. How's your week started?
Kawana is pursued by RK, the crime ring running Kamurocho. Determined to prevent any more deaths, Yagami searches high and low for the handyman, but the search leads to a maze of dead ends. As the situation becomes dire, a lifeline appears at the other end of a phone. The caller offers a lead, one that
I
expires
100%
too
recommend
quick
it
for
if
comfort.
you like the glimpses that you see. Absolutely play it yourself. There's also Judgment, the first game. That's very similar to this one. Like, very.
I only showed up at your bar so I could ask you about Kawana. Does this mean you want something in return?
We'll get that sorted out, if you promise to meet me alone. No, I won't be at Survive for long. If you're
Oh yeah,
only
we gotta
given 10
run.
minutes, you'll never hear
We
from
might
me
actually
again.
get the timer. Last time, this is where it ended. Survive is in the entertainment district by the river. I have to hurry. I guess I do have a timer. Okay. Cool. I need to be read. Let's go. We don't have time for dropped items. Busy, and now you're sleepy. Still riding the vibe from last week. Finding an Xbox 360 at a thrift store. No way. Don't. That's awesome. Did you get it on a good price? I found a couple PS1 games myself. Just silly little games, but I love silly little games. Can't wait to try them out sometime on stream. I don't know if I actually have a timer. Like, there's no timers on screen. Don't notice me, thank you. But I'll be there way less than 10 minutes, so... Oh, we're right here. 25 euros? Yo. That's crazy. They had the maps? Any good games? Looks like I found Survive. I wonder if you can play this game so that you don't get like pointers where you're supposed to go and you you just need to find it on your own.
Yagami-san, glad you could make it.
Now who is this
You the
mystery
owner
man?
of Siren?
Yeah, let's take this to the bar. Follow me.
Okay, we don't know him. Please do tell me about stuff and things. GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Hey, that's
So I
better
hear you're
than
a
just
Kamurocho detective.
different variations of
Yeah, and
NHL.
you're a distant relative of Kawana's. Can I ask your name?
No need. This will be the only time
Red Dead
we
Redemption
meet.
1
But to Kawana-kun,
seems cool.
I guess you'd call me his uncle-in-law. Everyone's got a dumbass uncle in the family. And that's me. After all, I'm ex-Yakuza.
Jolly, how
Based
are
in
you doing?
Yokohama?
Yeah, the Seiryu clan. After I got out, I looked after the shop for 20 years. Till today.
You mean Siren, right? What'll happen to it once you've skipped town?
None of your concern.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Guess you detective types
it's
can't
funny
help
how
but ask
people tried to get
questions.
rid of them.
So you two are related. I noticed you didn't
There's
mention
like
Kawana
every
being an alias.
time you find at least one.
Done your homework, I see.
It's so true. Often several. Yeah, Finns just love their NHL. And what else is something that you see often? I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. PS2 SingStar games. There's always one of those too. Make the world's largest collection of a single game. Yeah, I visited a shop that sells used games this weekend, and oh my god, there was like 1 or 2 shelves of just NHL games. And that was just the PS3 section. Damn, those are gonna be like problem waste. Now that the Kawana secret's out in the open, where should I lead the conversation next? Nala. His real name, I don't know if that matters. My name's fake too. Is it? Is my name fake? You could start making art pieces out of them. You know what's funny? It wasn't games, but I have made art out of, at my old job, we had like a box full of, CDs of, a webcam installer. Like, ancient stuff, and I made art of those. I find myself a sort of a recyclist. What was he like when he was young? You're both pretty shady people. Maybe real name. Yeah, it was something really stupid, something that you definitely don't need nowadays. I worked at an IT department, and there was just like one of those CD installers that arrived with probably every single computer that they ever had to order. But they were never used. They were never needed. But they just came in bundled with the PCs. It was hilarious.
His real name's Kitakata. At least that's what the Kamurocho thugs called him.
You're trying to see if I'll give up his name. That's not why I'm here.
Okay. Why did you call me exactly?
Well, you see, Kawana-kun wanted me to stop by his office and grab something for him.
Such as?
A pack of cigarettes with a lighter inside.
Oh yeah, we
Thing
got
is,
that.
It was gone by the time I got there.
We have it.
Don't you mean a USB stick made to look like a lighter? Let's not beat around the bush here.
See, I figured you'd grabbed it.
So of all things, Kawana wanted you to pick this up?
Yes. And he prefers to keep that content private. So, if you could just
Hand that over.
Now I'm curious. Care to tell me what's on here?
Would you hand it over if I did?
No. I'd still need to confirm you told the truth.
Can't you tell Kuwana-kun's backed into a corner here? Asking an old man to help was his only choice. Let's be honest. I couldn't take that thing from you if I wanted to. All I can do is appeal to your sense of decency.
Well, I've got to say, that's more persuasive than threats ever would be. But if you really want me to give this up, at least let me see Kuwana.
I'd consider that, but he's already long gone. He was ready to cut out at the drop of a hat.
So Kuwana's prepared to disappear at any time. In that case, I definitely can't hand over this data. Why haven't we checked what's in it yet? I guess everything is happening sort of all at the same time.
If that's the case, unfortunately, I'll need to hold on to this. A high school teacher was killed by the thugs that went after Kuwana. Her name was Yoko Sawa, a young woman dedicated to her career. I'd met her while investigating the murder of a student teacher. But while trying to get her side of the story, I ended up running into Kuwana outside her apartment. Do you know anything about this woman?
I don't.
You're really drawing a blank? You don't know anything about criminals coming all the way from Kamurocho just to get at Kuwana? Do you at least know how they're connected to Sawa-sensei?
Again, that's a negative.
And this flash drive's my only concrete lead. If it's so important to Kuwana, he should have come himself, rather than send a middleman.
Don't be so hard on him. I'm the one who taught him all his tricks.
Is this his
Are
dad?
you saying Kuwana's ex-Yakuza too?
Nah, he was just your average civvy before all this. But circumstances as they were, he had no choice but to go underground. That's when he came to Ijincho, and I took him under my wing.
I guess not.
I'm the one who suggested the handyman thing. But he took to the underground with real gusto.
What do you mean, gusto?
I'm not just talking him up. He had good reasons for diving headlong into the shadows.
Good reasons. Care to give me one or two?
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Kuwana-kun's past and his purpose.
I don't
That
really
takes
know
care
why I
of
should be
everything I
so
have to say.
interested in that guy.
Not sure it's such a good idea for me to just let you leave.
Thinking about stopping me
We need to look into
wouldn't
the
be wise.
USB drive already.
This joint doesn't take kindly to that behavior.
That's why this is the
The
safest place in
bartender's so angry.
Ijincho, huh?
He's eavesdropping.
And I'm glad your face is the last one I'll see in this city.
That bartender's totally eavesdropping. I can learn more about Kuwana with the flash drive. Tsukumo should be able to check for encryption. Yes. Also, Alice is here. Should we eat? Do you have good
いらっ
food?
しゃいませ。
Oh, actually, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. 'Cause my
ありがとうござい
health
ま
is
した
now full. Cat is here. I guess we'll finally head back to the office. Yeah, I'm not really into looking at the high school stuff at the moment. This is too intense now. So yeah, let's just go. We need to know. We need to look into the drive right now. I hope we don't get like robbed. That would suck.
Yagami.
No.
Oh, great. It's Claw Guy. You were with the Yuma, right?
They say you've brought your little posse from Tokyo. You like to trust an outsider.
Posse? Wait, don't tell me you think I'm RK. They're not even close to me.
Bruh. What are you doing with those? Fucking Wolfenstein.
Hey, Tesso, you got this all wrong.
I'm not RK! I am not! He's purple as well. Which I think means, again, 3 health points. Ow, ow, ow. You. Ow. I'm in the bushes. Okay, we better heal up. I didn't have... Well, I can't say that I didn't have the chance to fill up my health items, but I just didn't yet. Bush camp. I just didn't do that yet. Somebody, come here. We should probably do the boost. No. Asshole, I'm in the middle of my boost. Where's the guy? Give me this guy. Oh my god, what the fuck am I doing? I like it. What just happened? We've like never had a quick time event in the middle of a fight. That's a first. It caught me off guard. Luckily, we have sandwiches. Okay, why don't we try this other style? I haven't done it in a while. Ooh. There's like 2 fighting styles and I don't really know. I don't really know when to use which. Ooh! Jesus! Oh! What the fuck? What does the hack bomb even do?
Let's see what
so good when I had him in the corner. Ooh, I don't know how I did that. He's almost dead. He's dead. Okay, well I guess I'll fight his minions. That's fine. Now I want to do the other one. Wait, I have 3 styles? I didn't know. I thought I had 2. This one is my favorite. Just fucking kicking all the time. I love it. I'm glad I figured it out in Chapter 9. Yeah, I definitely dig the kicking.
Damn it.
Come on, man. Who paid you to jump me this time?
These Kamurocho douchebags show up, strutting around like they own our city. Then I hear some teacher chick gets killed after a break-in. Fuckers. Someone let him into Ijincho, right? Right?
Me?
Look, I can see why you're pissed. But you figured coming after me was the answer?
Figured I could at least try beating a few out of you. Office visits ain't my style.
You gotta appreciate that not everyone plays by gang rules, man.
What I don't appreciate is Kamurocho trash. Now why are they here, Yagami?
I'd like to find that out myself. But I'll tell you this much, I'm not your enemy. I was first on the scene of that murder. I knew the woman personally.
The
culprit is our
soundtrack's a
case leader,
banger,
a guy named
for
Selma.
sure.
Shit. You serious? Then why's the rest of his crew here with him? A lot of muscle just to ice one lady.
They're after a local handyman, Kawana. You know him?
Yeah, matter of fact, I do. Why they want him so bad?
I'm looking into that now. Which is why they're still after me. Not to mention they stabbed my partner. So the more you get in our way, the slower this'll go.
Gotcha.
You understand then?
How's about I make you the deal of a lifetime? So long as Arcade's messing around in my city. I don't mind calling you a brother.
Really?
Yo, bro!
Just like that.
Sure, but I get to be Aniki, of course.
You really think this is selling it?
What you're missing here is the Liumong never target a brother. So now, if anyone lays a finger on you, the Liumong's taking their head.
I mean, that sounds
Same
like a pretty
rule for
good
all the
deal.
ladies here in Ijincho. Anyone gets fresh, they become fresh meat. You with me on that, brother?
I don't really know him, but I would say
This is
sure.
gonna take some getting used to.
Besides,
Taki's all like,
making you a brother
I
is the
only
way we
work
save
on my
face for getting our
own
asses handed to us,
or
you
with
know?
Kaito.
Now the truth comes out.
Anyway, let me know if you get any intel on RK. Especially where that chicken shit Soma might be.
Chicken shit.
Just shoot me your location and it's done. We'll give that teacher her peace. By torturing you to death.
He scares me a bit. I guess I've got some pretty heavy hitters on my side now, huh? That seems right. Before I forget, I'm gonna do some shopping. I recall there being a great shop right around the corner. Food! Yes. You got that right. Food and health items.
いらっしゃいませ。
And toughness. I think that's exactly the one that we need. Well, I should fill everything up. Wait. There's no human food here?
ありがとうございました。
Please. I tried to be nice, but there's somebody on every single aisle. Oh my god.
いらっしゃいませ。
Gotta stop stuck up on Meow Mix. Well, these are new. Special Frankfurter. Super spicy Frankfurter. Why can you only have 3 of these? Normally you can have like 10 of each food. Like by just grabbing handfuls of dry cat food. I don't know if Tuck can
あ
eat
り
the
がとうご
cat
ざいまし
food.
た。
Is it possible? No, they're not in the consumables. They're in the miscellaneous. That would be quite something. People would not forget our name. Why are people being so dramatic? I'm just a normal person walking by. Okay. When do we get to see Kaito?
I was just thinking of calling you, Yagamishi. I heard Kaito-san got stabbed at Siren.
Is that true,
Mr.
Yagami-san?
Meow.
What the hell happened?
Look, I promise I'll fill you in, but right now I really need Tsukumo's help.
With what?
I found a USB drive at Kawana's hideout. It was disguised to look like a lighter. We have to know what's on it.
So, Kaito-san was attacked by that Soma guy too?
Yeah,
Yes.
while we were chasing Kawana, Soma popped up and got him right in the gut. Almost got me too, to be honest.
You're saying one guy almost single-handedly took down the Yagami Detective Agency?
It's true. And right after, I got a call from Kawana's purported relative who wanted me to hand over the flash drive. Apparently, what's on it will tell us Kawana's true identity and goal.
When I open it, all I see is one data file.
Of what?
It's a video. I'll hit play once you guys are all ready.
Uh-oh.
You good?
I have no
Damn,
idea
what's on there?
coming.
I can't take the suspense.
Kawana went to great lengths to keep this video a secret. What are we about to see?
Let's make it full screen.
So did I.
Definitely not,
Come on,
no.
Mitsuru. Quit being a little bitch. I told you to take it in the face. Alright, let's do it over again, okay? Suzuki, make sure you're getting this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really fucking nail him this time.
Smile. Ready when you are.
This is the academy. I can tell by her outfit.
Mitsuru, what did I just say about being a bitch? You asked for it. I'm gonna have to punish ya. Punishment! Punishment!
So this is 2008.
Punishment! Punishment! Get ready for
Which is more than 10 years ago at the time of this game.
Stop! Oh shit, did you just kick me?
Like, is the guy being bullied, is that Kawana?
Show us what you got.
Don't struggle now. We want to
Or why does Kuwana have this?
all on camera. Aw, isn't this just the most pathetic sight?
Oh shit, he's pissing himself.
Ew, that's so nasty.
Disgusting. Oh, look at this shit.
Well, if that takes it that they don't want to touch you anymore, I think that should be done more often than peeing yourself. Isn't it a defense mechanism? Fucking works. I couldn't really tell who were those people.
These little shits are the worst.
One of them said something about Mitsuru Kusumoto stripping?
Yeah, he was Sawa-sensei's classmate. 13 years ago, he jumped off the roof of Kurokawa Academy.
He's Reiko Kusumoto's son, right? Vice Minister of the Health Ministry? 30 years old and still in a coma.
Right. Didn't Sawa...
Seems we've stumbled on private video footage of
Tell
Mitsuru
us about
Kusumoto
this.
being bullied.
And it was on Kuwana-san's secret flash drive? Why would he have this?
Yeah.
I don't know. But his uncle said it's our lead to Kawana's real identity and motivation.
Huh. Just a moment. This frame gives us a good look at the key players' faces. Why don't we try
Is
gleaning what we can from
Kuwana
it?
someone
Sounds
that's
good.
supposedly
Let's dig in.
dead? Is it that wild? Like what? I don't know. I'm getting crazy thoughts. Hopefully we can find what we need in this video. Seems likely considering it was hidden and sought after. It's a bullying video Kuwana kept hidden away. What can we gain from this? So who's this? This bigger guy is acting like the main bully. I've seen this face before. I feel like I've seen that hair before. And it looks like Akutsu, doesn't it? The guy with the leopard shirt?
If I'm not mistaken, Shinya Kawai was the bully whose name got out to the public.
Yeah. RK was hunting for him in Kamurocho pretty recently, too. I have no doubt the guy in the picture they showed me is the same guy in this video.
Oh.
Once RK came to the conclusion Kawai had been murdered, they came here to Ijincho, hunting down Kuwana for whatever reason.
Okay. Never mind. Did Sawa-sensei get mixed up in all this because of Kawai's case? No, I can't see a connection there yet. If we learned more about Kuwana or his past, I'm sure I could make some sense out of this. I'm struggling too. I'm terrible with names. And if my brain thinks something is irrelevant in the moment when I hear about it, it will not stay. But I think there's now like a total of 2 students that we know of that have killed themselves due to being bullied so hard that they couldn't take it anymore. And if I'm not mistaken, like what we just saw, like that's one of them. Perhaps the first one, because the second one is Ehara's son, the groper guy. I think, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to keep up.
This girl recording the bullying on her cell phone.
Someone said her name in the video. Suzuki.
There's another familiar face. So it all comes circling back to her, huh?
Right. This Suzuki girl has a different name now.
Suzuki is just her maiden name. 13 years later, her name changed to... Wasn't it Yui Mamiya? the woman that got groped. It's sour.
Yui Mamiya, the victim in the Ahara harassment case. Suzuki was her last name before getting married. Sawa-sensei also told me that Mitsuru Kusumoto and Mamiya were classmates 13 years ago.
Yep. So we're looking at Yui Mamiya in high school.
Mamiya-san, huh? What's she like underneath it all?
Originally, word got around that Shinya Kawai was the one bullying Mitsuru Kusumoto. After watching this, though, the truth of the matter doesn't quite line up. There were really about 10 bullies involved at the time, and Yui Mamiya was one of them.
Yeah. If this video got leaked, Mamiya and the other students in it would be in deep shit. They're living out their lives like nothing happened, despite being the ones who drove a kid into a coma.
Oh right, he didn't die.
If word got out, they'd be crucified
But he's
by the
been
public.
in coma
Their
ever
jobs,
since.
their families, their lives would all change for the worse. Uh-huh. What the? This guy's face is familiar somehow.
Oh, I don't think I've seen him.
I don't know him either. Who is he?
I think I remember him. I saw him at the crime scene where Mikoshiba's body was. He was with more Kurokawa
Tak
guys.
has fantastic
He showed
face
his
memory.
ID to the Kanagawa detective. I think his name was
And some
Akahiko.
sort of
That gives us
enhancement
an interesting
capabilities.
perspective, doesn't it? All the people in this
Computer
bullying video
enhanced.
seem to keep popping up around our case.
Yeah. But the real question is, why was Kawana the one with the video?
I have a feeling Kawana is in here too, somehow. Like, he must have at least gone to the same academy. And I've had a feeling for a while now that there's like... These people are still like friends or in a group together who went to the academy. And they are in on this somehow.
Hey, suspicious.
Despite jumping off his school's roof 13 years ago, Mitsuru Kusumoto is still clinging to life.
I feel bad for Mitsuru-kun. No one helped him, even with everything he was going through.
13 years ago, his mother was still just some nobody working at the Ministry of Health. She seems to have split with her husband and looks after her son on her own now. I don't know all the details, though.
Hey, crazy theory, but what if this husband she left was actually Kawana-san? And maybe he recorded this to secretly check on his son?
No, Kawana doesn't look like he could have a 30-year-old kid. Let's look for other possibilities. Uh-huh.
Who else then?
Suspicious.
Oh, the date. 2008, 9/17 must be the date. In school year terms, they probably just finished summer break.
September 17th, 13 years ago. It's past 4 p.m., so this would be after school.
Oh, wait, this is...
Got something?
I just cross-referenced the date Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped. September 17th.
Oh shit.
That's the
That
day.
can only mean this video was recorded very shortly before his suicide attempt.
So this video captures the crucial instance of bullying that drove Mitsuru Kusumoto to attempt suicide. I would like to question the fact that did he actually jump or was he pushed? Because... Well, oh yeah, but the bullies left after he peed himself. Well, we'll see.
The video may have provided some interesting connections, but we still don't have that crucial link. The link being the reason Kawana-san came to possess this, of course.
Right. Kawana's either the one who recorded it himself, or is at least a recipient of the video from the original witness.
Kawana-san and Sawa-sensei knew each other somehow, right? Well then, maybe Sawa-sensei recorded it 13 years ago, and then had Kawana-san look into it, as one of his handyman requests.
It's possible.
Would he have been a
just feels
handyman
off.
already?
Why's that?
Because of what Siren's owner said to me.
Okay.
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Kuwana-kun's past and his purpose.
He said we'll know Kuwana's true identity once we watch the video. But that hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah. What identity could we draw from a secret recording of some bullies?
Assuming Kuwana's in his early 40s, he would have been about 13 years ago. What if he was a school teacher of the students in the video?
In that case, we should consult the yearbook Segurashi brought back.
Oh yeah, we have the
The
yearbook.
one that was in Sawa-sensei's room? You still have yet to look through it.
That's right. Let me go get it.
The way you're talking, I assume you've already taken a peek?
We have, but unfortunately we didn't find Kawana-san's face among the teachers.
This is the page for Mitsuru Kusumoto's class. Both Sawa-sensei and Mamiya are there too.
So the homeroom teacher was... this guy.
Apparently he witnessed bullies harassing Mitsuru multiple times, yet he would overlook it. All he did was smile and tell them not to overdo it.
It's not Kuwana. This is someone else.
We checked the rest of the teachers too, but never spotted Kuwana-san.
Doesn't make sense. Not yet.
Mitsuru Kusumoto. This picture doesn't look like it was shot for a yearbook.
Correct. He was most likely already in a coma when photo time rolled around.
Mitsuru Kusumoto attempted suicide in September, so the other photos in here must have been taken after that. Could it be that their teacher changed? Maybe Kuwana was their teacher, but then like resigned after the suicide attempt. Actually, with that in mind, I can tell just how forced their smiles are in these pictures.
Sawa-sensei isn't smiling at all in this.
Huh. She did mention she blew off her class reunion. In fact, she hadn't kept in touch with her classmates at all.
No surprise there. Mitsuru-kun would be bound to come up at some point.
This is Yui Suzuki. She's definitely one of the girls in the video.
Yet another classmate involved with Mitsuru Kusumoto.
Seems like a bunch of the students on this page were in the video, huh?
Yeah, but I can't find Shinya Kawai in here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. He's not in there.
If I'm not mistaken, Kawai left the school once he started catching flack for being Mitsuru-kun's bully. At least,
Who's Kawai?
that's what I read online. No real evidence yet, but it definitely sounds
yeah,
like
the
how
guy
it would
who
have played
died.
out.
But the truth is, there were more
Who
bullies who
RK
should
was
have seen
looking for.
consequences besides Kawai.
Let's look at this yearbook a bit more. Does anything stick out as strange?
What the?
The homeroom teacher at the time just looked the other way, telling them not to overdo it. I know that thanks to Sawa-sensei.
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it. But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job.
Hold on. If he was dismissed...
You figure something out?
Oh, maybe the other way
homeroom
around.
teacher at the time of the incident did take some flack. He got forced out of teaching.
Yeah? What of it?
Yeah,
If
maybe
that's the
Kuwana
case,
is
couldn't this teacher in the
replacement
yearbook just be filling in for the other one?
for him.
I see. That definitely sounds likely. Let me search for the original teacher's name. There's a chance he won't be the same guy in the yearbook. Just give me a sec.
What the? Suspicious.
It says I can already complete, like, my inspection bar is full, but there's still, like, more to click on. Akaike, I met this guy in a Jin show. He said he was just scoping out Mikoshiba's murder scene. Maybe he was actually there to help Ehara, just like Mamiya was. He could have been keeping tabs on me for sniffing around this case, or am I just being paranoid? I don't think so. I think we're onto something.
Suspicious.
Mitsuru Kusumoto's photo was taken prior to his suicide attempt. He's been at coma ever since. Shinya Kawai's photo isn't here since he left the school so soon after the incident. Do we have anyone else of interest? That's Sawa-sensei. She mentioned being distraught over the Mitsuru Kusumoto situation. Yui Suzuki, now Mamiya, having married. As far as the video makes it seem, she's one of the aggressors. Guess that's everybody.
Yagamishi, I found it. The name of Mitsuru Kusumoto's former homeroom teacher.
Kitakata?
You were right. It wasn't the same teacher in the yearbook. This one's name is Yu Kitakata.
Kitakata?
Huh? Don't tell me that's...
His real name's Kitakata. Ring any bells?
That's Kawana's real name. Soma said it to me once.
So, Kuwana-san was the original homeroom teacher?
I just found a picture. This is Kitakata-sensei from 13 years ago.
Was he a good guy or
Kawana.
bad guy?
That's him, all right.
Yeah. Not only that, Sawa-sensei was part of this class, which makes Kawana her homeroom teacher too. This is the link we've been looking for.
But why are they still in contact?
Everything is clicked into place. Kawana-san was the linchpin of this case.
So, 13 years ago, Yu Kitakata left teaching behind after Mitsuru-kun's incident and became Kawana the handyman. That's what made him turn to his uncle at Siren for help. He told me Kawana tried really hard to make it in the underground. Had some good reason for it.
For living a life in the shadows? What could that have been?
Kawana stopped teaching because a student of his attempted suicide. What was he after when he went underground? To be the world's greatest handyman? That's gotta be it. To become an underground big shot? No, to get revenge on the bullies. Yes, I vote for this one.
To get revenge on the bullies. Maybe Kawana blames the fact that he had to quit teaching on the bullies who caused it to happen. Then, maybe all his hatred got aimed at Shinya Kawai?
Possible. He was abducted 5 years ago by individuals thought to be his acquaintances.
Huh. You think one of them was Kuwana-san?
I wouldn't rule it out. RK might have learned of Kawana's involvement while searching for Kawai. Maybe they came to a Gene show so they could get details on the incident from him?
Yes, that would explain RK's arrival in town as well.
Hold up. Individuals who were his acquaintances? Meaning more people besides Kuwana-san, right? Could that mean...
You got it.
Wait, what? If they knew Kawai somehow, the evidence we've gathered so far should give us a clue. Wait, they lost me. What? The evidence we've gathered so far should have clues on who knew Kawai. So Kawai is one of the people from the academy. One of the bullies, right? Well, Sawa would have.
Our clue is right in here.
It is? 'Cause I'm not seeing it. Maybe you want to go over that one again?
Really? Okay, hold on. Let me take another crack at this.
Wait, what? Shinya Kawai was abducted 5 years ago by individuals who were thought to be his acquaintances. If they knew him somehow, the evidence we've gathered so far should give us a clue. Well, I guess it's this one then.
We already know this.
Oh. The students in the video?
Individuals acquainted with Kawhi. They certainly fit the bill.
But why would they wind up abducting him?
Huh. Maybe Kawana asked for their help? No. He forced them to.
What makes you say that?
Well, Kawana had this on a secret flash drive, right? But to anyone in this video, it would be their worst nightmare for it to show up now. If it did, they'd be busted as bullies who drove a high school kid to suicide.
Yep, it'd be a real disaster for them if that got out. They'd probably be done for in the public eye.
Which means this video is Kawana's leverage. It's how he got them to go after Kawhi.
You think this is enough leverage to drive people to murder, though? Kawhi was killed, right?
RK is the only one saying Kawhi was murdered. No body's been recovered yet either.
Okay, hang on. I'm barely keeping up with this.
Yeah, it's a bunch of what-ifs stacked on top of each other. But there is somebody who could potentially confirm this.
Who'd that be?
Someone in the video. Mamiya, for example. I've met with her at her home.
Kawhi
If she
was
was
murdered.
involved
Yo,
in Kawhi's
Andy.
abduction, she could probably tell us what we want
How
to
are
know.
you doing?
I agree. Yagamishi's provided a working theory that ties together the Kamurocho and Ijincho incidents. So if we can get Yui Mamiya to corroborate this, we should be able to extract even more information from her. Perhaps even including Kawana-san's whereabouts.
Yeah. Looks like he hasn't given us the slip just yet.
Man, what the hell is that guy's
I'm
deal?
trying to turn my gears and
Mikoshiba
keep
and
up with
Sawa
what's
Sensei's
happening.
murders, Ahara's alibi, Kawhi's disappearance. Kawana's most likely tied to everything. We'll get all the answers we need if we can find him.
And I guess this is bringing us that much closer?
Hopefully. I should go see Yui Mamiya tomorrow.
You should accompany him, Sugiurashi. Considering we seem to be kicking the investigation into high gear. With Kaito-san out of commission, I'm sure Yagamishi could use a helping hand. I'll be fine right here.
Your call, Tsukumo-kun. I'm cool with whatever.
Thanks for lending him out, Tsukumo. I'll make sure he comes back in one piece.
Hey, don't underestimate him as a party member. He can hold his own if you let him.
I remember, though. I remember. He can, for sure. Tired? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Yeah. Great. I've been been on holidays, working every now and then. This week's my last week, though. Tomorrow I still gotta work, but the rest of the week is off again. And yeah, it's giving me lots of energy working so little. Who would have thought to not be so exhausted with less work? I mean, it is surprising though, isn't it? It's like, wow, I can say I'm doing fine. Okay, there's nothing new. That's fine. Before I rest, there's gonna be stuff happening, but I need to pee. So if you'll give me just a teeny tiny moment, I will be right back. We back. Sorry. I wanted to respond to a message as well. Okay. Yeah, rest. Thank you. We're ready to continue now.
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you're dying? That shit's real talk.
You saw it all, huh?
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting the 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie. Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right? Right?
I'm glad we
I'm sure it'll be
went to see
rosier when the
Kaito.
time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
That bastard Soma, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
That'll get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth. That I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after...
Yeah, he did seem like really scared when the bar owner was like, I'm gonna call the cops. And he was like, suddenly Soma was like, okay, I'll do what you want. Just like, he was more cool, obviously, but it was kind of, you know, you could have expected for him to be like, oh, you call the cops, whatever. Like that's gonna be no problem to me. But no, he seemed a bit scared of the cops.
Kuwana, the piece that ties it all together. We just have to find him before RK does.
Kuwana, huh? He's on my shit list too, just so you know.
Huh?
Kuwana must have had some sort of agenda back when he first met us. In fact, it's probably because you were looking into Mikoshiba. He palled around with me all because of that. I'm just a sucker of the agency, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass for me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better. Tsukuma will stop by later, too.
What? Sugiura gonna give me the cold shoulder?
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho and everything.
Bye, take care. I should head back to Yokohama 99. I'm sure Sugiura has a car ready by now. Like, where am I? Is this the hospital? No, this is the station. Okay. Okay, cool. Where are the cats? Oh, here. Nah, I'm gonna do that later. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll catch up on the cats later. I feel legit, I kinda need my brain fully for this case right now. Oh! Apparently I'm in a fight. I tried to take the skateboard. I can't go! Okay. DJ, how are you doing? How is he taking hit already? Did they get hit by cars or something? There was only one guy left. And he had taken damage. Points for being persistent, though, yes. Let me quickly... No.
Ah, Yagamishi. I'm relieved Kaito-san made it through. But I can't help feeling responsible. If I hadn't asked you to come to a Gene show, this could have been entirely avoided.
No reason to
We
beat
could have
yourself
also
up.
not been born
Soma's the one at
for
fault
this
here.
to not
Kaito-san
have
sees
happened.
it that way too.
Yagamishi.
Like, boo-hoo. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. No, it's not your fault. Come on, dude.
So, we off to see Mamiya? I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
Alright, let's do this. If your theory is accurate, then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders. And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kawana-san as a teacher.
Yep. Or if that Kawaii guy is even dead, like, who knows? The arcade just claims him to be dead. But we've not seen a body. We kind of promised her that she'll never see us again. But it's not our fault. She's actually guilty of something.
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like to ask you.
You told me the last visit would be your only one. Seriously, why do you keep showing up here uninvited? Please, just leave me alone.
She's worried that
I suppose I should
she's
mention,
getting caught.
I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an agency called Yokohama 99.
Never heard of him.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case. Maybe you saw it on the news? The murder of Seiryo High teacher Yoko Sawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurakawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach. Are you still there?
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan since graduation. Now go. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurakawa, but resigned after the Mitsuru Kusamoto incident. Just like you, he appears to be connected to Sawa-san.
So why am I being singled out? Can't you just ask someone else?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
Ah, how convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep it quick?
I'll give it my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing us out.
Hold on just a moment.
I'm very surprised she's letting us in. And I'm also very surprised that she's just not hanging up that phone.
You don't think she bolted, do you?
Wouldn't count on it.
Should we ring again?
She's taking her sweet time in there. Is she trying to figure out an escape plan or something? Maybe. Oh.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I just wanted to clean up a little.
Covering up some evidence, burning a couple photos, something like that.
Is your son home today?
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of comments.
Sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
Well, what is it you want to ask?
Where do I start? I have a ton of questions. But if I piss her off, we might get booted out of here with nothing to show for it. Groping was orchestrated, right? That's true, but we don't want to ask. Do you remember Mitsuru Kusamoto? Could be a decent question. Have you seen Kitakata-sensei lately? I think both of these are fine.
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusamoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear he's still in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about Yoko-chan?
I was, but there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurakawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example, as well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with
Akaike?
Mitsuru Kusamoto's situation?
Yes, but that's not a warm memory for any of us.
I understand. I'm sure it's not.
Alright, we're off to a decent start. I should keep it rolling and carefully build up to our point.
Have you been in contact with Kitakata-sensei lately?
I haven't. He's someone I'd rather not have in my life.
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with me.
None of this seems to faze her. Maybe I should take it a step further. Well, time to ask about the groping again.
The groping was orchestrated, right?
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, you were in on that, weren't you? The whole thing was a conspiracy, staged to play out as it did.
You need to leave. Right now.
Dude, what gives?
No one would even think to consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that's another story, considering how much lighter the sentence is. That way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba.
A job
paying only
interview.
a fraction of the price. But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require you to cooperate with us now.
If you don't get up this second, I am calling the police. I mean it.
It took me quite a long time to figure out how you and Ihara were connected.
Go ahead.
But once I learned
Call them.
Yokosawa attended Kurakawa, it all started falling into place. She was in your homeroom class.
Like
She
it's
looked
her
after
who's
Toshiro
going to
Ihara.
jail.
She was the link to everyone. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by the Kamurocho gang. That same gang has been hunting your old teacher, Kitakata-sensei.
What is it you want from me?
Amiya-san, do you have any idea where Kitakata-sensei could be? He may be Kawana the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher a decade ago. I barely remember his face.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right now.
Oh, God.
There's no way Yu Kitakata, alias Kawana, had forgotten Yui Mamiya's face. The proof of that is... Well, the bullying. She was a bully. Right?
See for yourself.
No.
This was recorded at Kurakawa Academy 13 years ago. Feeling nostalgic yet? It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Oof.
Please. Please delete it.
Considering
hell
the
no.
angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sorta, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families. What? Are you expecting someone?
Well, her husband, right?
Amiya-san?
Uh-oh.
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
What do you mean?
up, dudes? So just one message
like she
and they're
wanted some
here in
company.
2 seconds? Okay, time to kick some ass. It's the Joe curse. Anybody care to help? You're fine just standing there too. I guess. Probably notified them while they were waiting outside. True. Yeah, she took her time.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Trashing her place? Yeah. I don't care.
And would you look at that? Our old friend Akaike-san showed up to play a part.
Huh. You've been wearing the same
So
shirt.
you are all working together.
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to, and Mamiya-san's coming with.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
What are we doing? I don't know what's our plan. Let's go gaming! Yay!
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing Cap?
We've seen this guy like 2 decades ago. At least that's what it feels like. It was like the very beginning of the game or something. I forgot he exists, to be honest.
Is here.
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool. You think time's the issue? This is about respect, man.
What's your call? We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of news, Higashi-san. Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce you to Mamiya-san first. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit ago.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
And they would
I don't
fail
give a
again.
shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back already, Yagami.
We're getting to that, dude. It's more complicated.
Fuck those RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like that?
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it? I imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this out.
What do you intend to do with me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide how to deal with you afterward.
Oh yeah, skills. Maybe I should... Thank you, game, for reminding me. This is like an awkward time to do this, but... Yeah, now I get it. There's like... Yeah. So we've got Tiger, Crane, and Snake are the 3... fighting styles that we have. Temporary immunity. Well, I don't know how to parry, so fuck that. Stun enemies? I have no idea what I'm doing. I have 140,000 skill points that I haven't used. So I shall make use of them. I might accidentally like press buttons and you know, do some of these. Because the bosses that we're getting are harder and harder, so... Ooh. I didn't know. So parrying happens with L1. That's great to know. Maybe let's focus on something else now. Bullets don't hit you? I didn't know people have guns. I'm worried. Someone's gonna bring a gun to the fist fight. We might want it. Yeah, I'm just thinking it was like while you're in the air is when bullets won't hit me. But like that's how much am I in the air? Unleash an attack even while being knocked back. Attack enemies while getting up from the ground. I thought I already had this. But... Yes. Become immune to knockdowns during X boost. These are all like decent. What's projectile counter? Catch and throw back a weapon thrown at you, except bullets. Press L1 right before an incoming projectile hits. What is a projectile? Like people throwing stuff at me? Become able to kick away weapons. Finishing blow? Yeah, no. Not that much. See, look. Hold R1 and press triangle after a square, 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 triangle, triangle combo. See, I just press buttons without any sort of plan. Yeah, it's easy. Cancel knockdown, that would toss you back and turn into... Yeah, that sounds good. Charge up the X-Gauge with every attack you block. It's cheap and interesting. Perfect guard. Guard just... Oh. I don't really like know... Like, I feel bad for not even trying that much to learn this stuff. There's probably like advantages from like at which point of the fight you should swap to Tiger and stuff like that. Okay, we've not, like, found these yet. Counterattack? Press square or triangle after an enemy attacks you while guarding. Well, see, like, this is a thing that I can definitely do. Since finishing blow executed during X boost combo. Yes. Unleashed right after breaking the enemy's guard. I still have 50k. Deftly handle an encounter and counter an enemy's enraged attack. Is enraged when they're like glowing a color? Because I like that. What is this? Because it like costs almost everything that I have. An attack of pure devastation. Pierce through the enemy with the energy you've built up. Uses all of your X gauge. Damage depends on how much X gauge is spent. I don't know what's an enemy in agony. Maybe I won't spend all of what I have left on that. That's a pretty expensive one. You can learn what each style does at least. Yeah, this one seems to be very offensive, the tiger. Crane seems to be sort of evasive. And what I just noticed is that it's like kicking only. I don't know how that affects anything. And then Snake, I'm not quite sure. Like, what is Snake's hidden arts? Extends the duration of it with this. Like, I try to focus on those that seem easy to do accidentally. Maybe Snake is more defensive. Do we have like an explanation on any of these? Help. Here. Apparently I've learned all these. When to use Crane. So Crane is the blue one with legs only. Crane is a highly evasive style centered around crowd control and mobility. Yagami's attacks have a wider reach and can hit multiple enemies at once while in Crane. You can also perform successive dodges and even combo into aerial abilities with Sky Dancer. Okay, so blue for crowds. I'm sort of starting to understand this, and I think Tiger is just for like one person at a time. Tiger is a balanced style with a variety of offensive, defensive, and evasive maneuvers designed for single enemy fights. So maybe when it's 1v1 on a boss, Tiger is good. And then Snake. Snake style focuses on swift, flowing strikes and counterattacks. It works especially well against those carrying weapons. Okay. Red for a single enemy. Blue for multiple enemies. And green for weapons? Okay, we only have a little bit left. Let's use it all up. Yeah, I'll try to remember. Blue is probably. And funny enough, blue is the one I've been using the least because I didn't even realize it exists. Because I'm a bit dumb. I have 2,300. We could, no. What are these now? This is for health, I think. Yeah. Maximum grip. I guess I'll just save up for the next time I remember to upgrade stuff. Got dancing, Cube Cat, VR games, murders us all. We're not focused on fighting. Yeah, this game is a lot. Like, honestly, I'm super... I don't know if overstimulated is the word. Maybe it is. But, like, it's a lot for me. But I enjoy it still. Like, I'm glad it's easy enough that even someone like me can play it. You know. I appreciate that.
Then
Where
let's get
were
this
we?
over with. What do you want to know?
Well, we don't have many choices.
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most, we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on.
What is Suri Hirvivalos? I've
But
not
that's only
watched
how
that.
I would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, I'll lose it all. And what do you think would happen to my son? The son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined. That recording is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night and is still in a coma today.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
So with this video as leverage, Kitakata-sensei is continuing to teach his former pupils. So, okay, so definitely he's one of the good guys. But it's kind of twisted to keep the video hidden all these years only to be able to strike back harder after all this time. Like, that sounds a bit insane, but, well, they all must have some sort of trauma at this point, so you never know what that makes you do.
Same for all my classmates. Kurokawa Academy is a prestigious school, after all. Most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company. Others have families.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now? He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life. just so he could threaten to take it all away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And when that time came, he started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
It's a live where they just watch moose crossing the Onganman River. They do it every year. Oh, that's so cute and wholesome. They have a sleepy moose. Wouldn't call it good if he's using it to abuse their lives. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm oversimplifying this by just having two sides, black and white.
5 years ago, I was out on a walk with my son when he came strolling up out of the blue. At first, I barely...
I'm slowly like... I'm slowly thinking... Could Kawana be doing this murder thing? I mean, sure, Ehara did the murder and he had a great motive in doing so, but what if Kawana is like, has gone mad and is now either threatening the bullies or killing them if they don't like cooperate? Because didn't like the kawaii guy who was caught by the RK earlier, not RK, someone like the RK was looking for that one guy. He was one of the bullies. He was one of the main bullies. And he's gone now, and his accomplices did it, meaning the people from the academy, meaning her, for example, is a possible person who did that. He could be big in this murder case. Oh my god, I'm so shocked.
Recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath.
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
Oh, and you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line. Never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it! We were just lucky enough to have some creep tape us, picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen to me?
I'd say it's because bad things happen to bad people. You'll sling your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
You said it was 5 years ago that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
Yes? What do you know of that? Kawana stepped back into Mamiya and the others' lives 5 years ago, around when Kawaii was abducted, which means Mamiya was in on it due to being pressured by Kawana.
Then it was you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No! It wasn't us! We could never do something like that!
Wasn't us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawai somewhere in Kamurocho, and bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
Did Kawana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness, is all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawai, but he wanted nothing to do with Sensei. Considering he'd cost him everything, that came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force him into our van. After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawai.
So you left him there alone with Kawana?
Kawana killed Kawai?
We had to. The day after, I got a message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawai into the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can see all our faces so clearly. How we covered Kawai's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. This time, a picture. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawai. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare
So
refuse
these
him.
ex-students are
He's
just
giving you orders?
pawns
That man.
for...
He forces us to help him. He makes us accomplices to murder.
Murder?
Yeah. They're being forced to help Kawana kill people. This case is finally cracking wide open.
What the hell? Murder who, exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he can find across the country.
Like,
he doesn't even care how old the case is.
I don't know if this is like an insensitive question, but why is Kawana so triggered by the bullying and the suicides? Like, I understand Ihara. He was the father of a boy getting bullied and committing suicide. But do you know what I'm getting at? Kawana was just a teacher. Like, why is he more upset than anybody else?
If a student commits suicide and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up. As far as I know, counting Kawai, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
What?
7? How's he doing this?
He's bitter about losing his career. Oh. That does make sense. Yeah, now he has to just stay in the underground. Okay, yeah, there is a motive.
So his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way, we might be able to save the next few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
So was the
That's
murder
weird.
of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kawana let Ihara murder him, and how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. And even the ones who filmed it, they were working for Sensei.
So that's how it went down.
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing. He just makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one thing we can't ever do is turn him down. If we do, he'll send his video of us abducting Kawai to the police. And then Kawai's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because he's hidden Kawai's corpse in a freezer somewhere.
It's a good thing, but it's rooted in the harm and it causes others, like the teachers, not the individuals bullied, additional casualties to the act. I'm reading your message like 3 times. Kids bullying kids cost him his career. Yeah. That's right. I think I understand now. Like, they didn't mean to harm him in any way, but it just happened. And now he's taking this crazy revenge. I think that the bullying video coming out would have been smaller harm than helping someone murder people. Yeah, like, they're just digging a deeper hole by not speaking out. I guess they're just scared and don't realize it. Like, there's still a chance that I won't get caught. Just, thinking about themselves. He wasn't the target of bullying, but he took harm from it. Yeah. I got that right then. So is he doing it for the other teachers so that they won't have the same fate as him? Is that like what's in the back of his mind?
He's preserving one of his murder victims?
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Mitsuru Kusumoto's case 13 years ago was the catalyst that drove Kuwana to executing bullies. Yeah, like, why is he still doing this? Like, and who? Because if he's killed 7 people, that's definitely more people than who were involved in the case that's like personal to him, that got him fired. Like, those 7 people are definitely beyond that case, right? So that's a bit insane. Of course, one can just lose the meaning along the way, especially when it's about murder. Yeah, you can definitely sort of get blinded about the thing you're doing. You just think you're doing the right thing, but you don't see what you're doing. Hiro Mikashiba, who Ehara murdered, was just one of many, and behind him, Kuwana was pulling the strings all along.
Sounds to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive, killing off bullies. He's dragged all his former students into this hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things, though, if you don't mind.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kuwana called RK. What part did they play? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, why'd they come for Yokosawa?
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago over the phone. He was asking her about the suicide at Seiryo High.
The suicide at Seiryo High? You must be talking about Toshiro Ehara.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible. But Yoko-chan was a teacher there, and Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything. After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his objectives. She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
Who is it?
Block number. Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Kawana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
What?
Alright. She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself in.
What?
Gotta say, this chair's pretty comfy.
Pretty sure I locked up behind me when I left.
Wait, he's in Kamurocho?
Listen, I'll only meet you alone. No one else. And don't make me wait long, or I could change my mind.
He told me to meet him alone.
Uh-oh.
You can let Mamiya-san go once I confirm he's there.
You gonna be alright by yourself?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us. I'm guessing he was watching us from somewhere. And I can't afford to do anything that would piss him off enough to make him disappear.
Got it.
Oh, we'll take care of this end of it. Shouldn't you move your ass?
Well, shit. Why does he want Mamiya out so bad? I guess, you know, he needs things to happen his way. Making sure she gets properly destroyed. Okay, we gotta do the squirrel thing. It's this one, right?
Signal's weak.
Well, I can't find anything. Whatever. I thought it would be easy. Yeah, Yagami Detective Agency. That means... That means we're going to Kamurocho. Wait. Are we in Kamurocho? I'm so confused. We are in Kamurocho. When did we get here? I guess the taxi ride was like automated. I didn't have a choice. Which is... Was the arcade? The arcade must have been in Kamurocho. We took Mamiya to Kamurocho. Okay. Not that it matters too much, but brain gets caught on the smallest things sometimes. I wonder why we like pick up such useless crap. You can sell it for a small amount at a pawn shop, but like cigarette butts, like, are you for real? I sort of understand some wires and stuff. Cigarette butts. Yeah, okay. Back to detective mode.
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya?
Izzy! Thank you so much for the raid!
Welcome!
Welcome! How are you doing? How was your stream? We are currently getting our minds blown by this case. There's like a lot of information and a lot of plot twists and reveals that like I'm trying to just I'm like trying to hold on to some information and keep it together. I'm struggling a little bit. Izzy, hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for the raid. Deadly premonition alert. Yes, you recognized it. That game is amazing. Even though it's like the hardest thing is playing that game. Just, you know, having it running, but it is amazing.
Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want.
If you're gonna play, I don't have experience on that, but I think it's I want to believe it's like so much better to play it on the PS3. Because on the PC it's absolute nightmare. Like, nah, it does not work on PC. Hoping that it would work on the PS3. You're good? Streamer well, although I think I missed a lot of collectibles. Oh yeah, you're collecting on the Plague Tale Innocence? The first game? Let me give you a shout out because I think you're the only mod here at the moment. There we go. Go follow Izzy if you haven't yet. She is wonderful. And a good friend of mine. A Yankee game with extra yank perfection. It is the jankiest game I have ever played. And I loved it. But damn, it's hard to play. Like, not in a gameplay sense. But in a making it run sense. And making it run once does not mean it's gonna run the next time you're gonna play it. Yes, the rats. So you have to just like go back and replay if you missed stuff. You're welcome.
So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana.
I got what you meant, Floranga.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down?
Shit is
Maybe
real.
it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
Does he know?
I can hardly believe it.
Yes, he does.
She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Which I missed a chapter select? Right, okay. So you'll be able to clean up later, that's good.
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that.
Well, you've seen it many
I
times
did my
now.
homework on you, Yagami.
Firsthand.
It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman.
I forgot all about this, to be honest.
You and I are the same. We both
No.
have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
I don't want to believe that we're the same.
Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing.
Classic.
I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting, so I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. Now it's too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind, she asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So that's how he got the bullying video. He had to set it up himself to record the room remotely. Yeah, I figured, like, the tech wasn't that great in 2008.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump.
See you later, Izzy. Thank you
By a
again.
few crucial moments.
Have a good night.
What happened in that classroom was the final straw.
And he
Later on,
survived
all the
that,
bullies
imagine.
were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawai started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawai forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawai and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye.
I see how that was like kind of
Was
a
the day I...
unfortunate like choice of words. I don't know. I do believe him that he didn't know. That he didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, I believe him. He seems truly broken due to that mistake. So
I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusumoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning.
Lore dump.
4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School? Toshiro Ehara.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
Like, one ear is listening, and the other one, well, I don't know how I was going to phrase this sentence. Like, while I'm listening, I'm also thinking, like, who is Soma? Like, what's Soma's relation to Kuwana? Is Kuwana the boss of Soma? Could it be? So Sawa-sensei was the one who told Kuwana I'd shown up at her school. Makes
the police
sense,
are a
I
pain
guess.
in the ass. But when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Liumang to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. Yue Mamiya. They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
I see.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yue Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun.
Yeah, she claimed she hadn't seen Sawa
I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about
since graduation.
Yeah.
She lied. What a surprise.
Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? It doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe.
But Soma is
But I
out
assume
to
you had some
get
sort of plan
Kuwana.
going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawakun knew. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Okay, there's more
Believe
pieces
me,
to
I'm
this
just
puzzle.
as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page.
And who
At
could
least we
that
agree on
be?
something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now.
Mamiya?
That was Mamiya-kun.
Yeah.
She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out while you still can.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Hold up.
Fucker, come back.
Don't you have anything else to do?
No, I don't have anything else to do. Thanks for asking.
You won't get away. You don't give up.
I pressed it the last second, but that wasn't enough.
Hold up.
I need to catch up. Can't lose him. I don't see him. Oh. I'm glad he knows.
You won't get away.
I'm glad Tak knows, because I sure don't. Oh, I see him. Fucking hell. Luckily, this is an endurance thing. Like, see, Kuwana's running out of breath or whatever, while I can refill mine. So, yeah. He'll be waiting for me in just a sec. He's fast as fuck, though.
You won't get away.
Like, where is he? He should already... Oh, there he is. Yeah, he can totally outrun me. But can run, but you can't hide. Right?
Yeah. Catch you later. Oh, damn it.
Fucking.
Get back here.
Yum.
What the? Where'd he go?
Oh no. He lured me in here. Don't tell me this is another trap or something. Oh yeah. Hi.
You guys again.
So
You
blue
really need the masks.
for a
Come
crowd.
on, Kurokawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Green for
Wanna.
weapons, right?
What are you going to do now?
Maybe green is
What do
better
you
now.
think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
Gets us into a fight. You might not.
But Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akahike?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then.
He wouldn't kill me.
Time to learn
I'm not a
your
bully.
lesson.
Come on. What kind of lesson is this?
Let's do green.
Let's go.
Whoa! Oh my god, that's a knife. I like this. I like having a strategy when going into a fight. Look at this! We really leveled up. Yeah, that boost was amazing. Yo, I need to not forget to use my skill points.
Kawana! Oh no, Kawana!
Mamiya?
Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san.
Oh, now you're scared?
Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet.
We're not gonna beat her up, are we? Okay. Yo. Catch a tiger. Well, that must be Kawana. Maybe. That was freaking intense. But I think that's enough for one evening.